Michael, say something.
Say something.
Say something. Say something. Let's see. תראי אם יש מספיק מים.
כן, משהו כן. הכל שמיכאל אוהב, משהו אדום כזה.
כן. Let's see. Let's see if I'm showing.
טרי?
יש מרבה, יש.
מה בא לך מרבה?
שימי לי לואיזה ושתי עלים של מרבה.
אננה?
אוקיי, תבדקי רגע אצלך אם זה עובד. כי אני לא מצליחה להיכנס בטלפון שלי.
זה על פייסבוק? אבל אני פה, אני יכולה לראות רק אם יש שידור חי, לא...
זה שיש שידור חי.
כי אין לי פה טלפון.
הנה אנחנו עובדים, בוא נראה רק כששומעים.
מה אמרנו? לואיזה?
בינתיים אף אחד לא עלה. אמרת לכולם? לאנשים שלך?
שלחתי אימייל, אני אמרתי לשניים שלושה בהודעות.
יש אנשים, כמה אנשים, בוא נראה שומעים אותנו. אני פה משום מה לא מצליחה כל כך לשמוע. זה לא אומר שום דבר. גם אז לא הצלחתי לשמוע פה. עכשיו אני צריכה לראות את זה ממקום אחר. אוקיי, בוא נראה פה. אתם שומעים?
שאני אעשה לך או שאת עושה לעצמך?
אני אעשה לעצמי, אני רק רוצה לראות אם שומעים, אני לא שומעת כלום. תגיד משהו, מיכאל.
משהו, 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 משהו. שומעים?
כן. יופי, יופי. Good, good. Thank you.
מי אמר לך ששומעים?
Daria. Okay, good. So we will start soon. We're waiting for someone that's listening. Amy. Hi, Amy. Let us know if you can hear us, please.
Amy, 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 Amy. We will begin in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
לא משנה.
חמודי. אוקיי. שים השקט. מיכאל, אתה שמת השקט?
כן. יאללה, מתחילים.
רגע. עכשיו 6:01.
לא.
לפי הטלפון 6:01. יופי. 23 אנשים.
טוב.
רגע. אתה רוצה להתחיל?
כן.
אוקיי.
אוקיי.
נסגור את החלון.
אתה רוצה להקליט את זה, מיכאל?
כן.
זה מצלם.
In 30 seconds, because we want to read, it's a lot of new knowledge, so we want to have that in tape.
You want me to close the windows at the moment?
Tell me when.
Now, we are now in the amazing creativity process that we ever try or succeed to build in all the history of the human being. And we create a new world, but we need to understand even the concept world in a different thinking. Now we're going to the third dimension of all the process. First dimension was to build a new spirit that beginning January 1st. This is why I talked about it for 20 years. To build the need in the spirit. Then it was after Passover, after Pesach, it was the next dimension, how to build the friction, the first material that we will create near others, near frictions, near fears, near mirrors that we create. And now we're going to a very big process for months and a half that not anymore we need to merge every time we feel desperate, every time we feel sadness, and that's happening a lot in the last 2 weeks. We feel a lot of pressure because a lot of old things want to leave and they don't have a place, even one millimeter in the new, so they have to leave. But the dimension that will help them to leave, it's the third dimension we're going now. Until now, every time we felt fear from money, fear from sadness, we're not sure what we're going to create. We felt everything is shaky, earthquake, energy of earthquake in all the dimension, because there is a big revolution in subconscious collective. So every time we felt that, we merge here in the thymus, in the upper chest, to the place in us that create the new world, that create the corona as the first symptoms, that create the new material, create a new money, all the dimensions of the material. And if we merge here, wow, we will feel amazing and things was releasing and we allowing, in the same times we allowing the old to live, we build a layers of the new. Now, the place that we need to meet in us is different. Now it's going to the foundation. In Hebrew, Yesod. It's where is the hair of the vagina, the hair of the sex organ. That's the foundation. That's the Yesod. Now every time we feel desperate, we feel sadness, we feel fear, that the fear is bigger than us, we feel some old things coming, we need inside of us to go to the foundation and to feel that we're allowing the third dimension of the new world from there. That's for me saying everything. It says that it ground the higher self. It really take us to a serious fun, joy, agreement with us to be here. It's really tell us in the spiritual dimension that we agree that there is no outside reality, that we never suffer from others, to deal with us, to ground us, to feel that we agree to walk on earth, to agree to our animal part, to merge our animal part from the spiritual part, from the higher self. And we're going now, and actually we are already, because it's always begin 2 weeks before, to 3 eclipses. Usually we create 1 eclipse, 2 eclipses, not 3 eclipses. Next week, in the full moon, we create the first eclipse. Then 2 weeks later, another solar eclipse, and then again, moon eclipse.
Eclipse זה one.
לא, יש לי משהו.
לא,
זה אקליפס.
eclipse. Why it's so strong? Because eclipse always sharp everything. It's a female energy and male energy that bring us to a junction, specific junction. And if we deal without, we put another nail and then we stay with the problem and make it worse. This is why all the earthquake in the eclipse, all the stories of the Bible in the eclipse, all the people that leads from the Bible till now, kings, presidents, prophets, whatever, spirit people, that was leader in the, that was lead some subconscious collective or physically born in eclipse. Me too, I born in eclipse. So, eclipse sharp everything. Eclipse coming to teach us some big sharp that I will try to explain that, because all the different between the old world that was 26,000 years to the new world, it's about in. It's about us near. It's about develop, learning to think. To think in Hebrew comes from the word important. It's how to build the in, because there is no outside reality. It's how to flow with yourself. It's how to fix with yourself. It's how to change with yourself. It's how to allow in with yourself. It's how to really, this is why governments told us, and it's the first time that all the people in the world has the same lesson. Government told us for almost 6 months, stay in, separate yourself from family, separate yourself from touching, separate yourself from all the material that you used to know, separate yourself from money, separate yourself from habits, separate yourself from everything, and try to develop the in. So these 3 eclipses that come in, usually in the old world, when we create eclipse, it was always big junction that will tell us nothing will be the same before and after the eclipse. And now we create 3, and anyway, nothing will be the same even without the eclipse, because nothing will be the same. Nothing. Why? Because the inner is so different. And I'm telling you, as a healer that heal few hundred people a day, and I know how to check, the in is so different, like unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is why even today we move the awareness point that was here for 6 months. We move it to the foundation, to the place that is really, that will help us to build something very stable and flexible and really confident in the spirit, a new confidence in our spirit, a new confidence that there is no outside reality, a new confidence that I don't need to protect myself, because protect, the only thing that is doing, it's invite attack. A new confidence that when I create some old fear or problem or sadness, it means I have a potential to change that, because the spirit never bring the bathing suit before she sees the ocean. So if she's bringing up, and the spirit, the only thing that she can do, she can just try. She cannot do the work for us. She can bring it up, and then depends how much the awareness. So I believe now these 3 eclipses, and in full moon till the next full moon, and also it will sharp to us. Every time we have a tendency to look for results, to look for answer outside, to look for people to love us, to blame ourselves or others that we suffer because them, to think that we suffer because some government or some president or some decisions. Enough. We will learn like army learning now, that what I create to see and what I choose to see is accurate and wise, and it's the only way for me, and it's the only way for me to try to repeat the past and change the ability and change the binocular and change my memory about it, change my awareness about it. The thought about the thought, the memory, the trauma. And that's now is going to be so strong. It's going to fix our midget, our insulted, our hurts, our not feeling really who we are, and not feeling really that we are the creator, and we feel just survivors. So this process, I believe, will give a big stamp for months and a half, 3 eclipses, to our chosen, the way I choose to be here, and we will not choose to be here if we will not feel that we can allowing the new work, the new body, the new spirit, the new awareness, the new merging to myself, ability to use all the mirrors that I create to use. We create mirrors and we don't know how to comb the hair. We don't know how to put makeup. We don't know how to deal with ourselves and tune ourselves. So for what we create mirrors? To deal with them? No one soul in the world, all over the world, in the past and in the future and in the present, care about other souls, love other souls, want to have what other souls has. Even soul doesn't have nothing, because everything is supposed to pass through me. And today, it's a big thing. Today I just make a big gathering in the beach. Today it's a ability and chance to fix all our emotions. The water, 50 days. Today it's 50 days. Yam it's 50. 50 days from Leil Assedo, from Pesach, from the first thought. This is why it's Shavuot. This is why it's the first fruit. This is why we wear in white. Because it's the fire and water. We finish the process of fire and water, so we can wear white. White, it's everything, because rainbow, every time we put fire and water, we will see rainbow. It's always there. But why we see rainbow and all the steps of the colors? And colors are just energy that we see, frequencies that we see during the day. Why? Because there is fire and water, so we see the steps between fire and water and fire. So in white has all the colors inside. So we wear in white. This is why in the old world it's the day that we received the Bible.
Which day?
In Shavuot. We received the Bible. It's the day to learn that the universe laws are not anymore to fast, to avoid sex, to torture yourself, to be in fear all the time from God, that not exist, and all that. No. Principle, universe laws are joy, are fun, are amazing. That's another big thing that we're going to learn now. If you really learn to think. And to think, it's not to understand, it's not to analyze. Especially to you, to all the Americans, they love analyzing. No, in Hebrew, analyze comes from the word, a little piece from the wholeness, a little piece in the puzzle. לנתח, נתח.
יפה. Nice.
You see, my wife, when I said that 1,000 times in Hebrew, she didn't get it. Because she's American. When I said it first time in English, she got it. So, this is it. We're going to learn now to agree to be here and not for the mind. To agree to be here. That's the biggest allowing for Fountain of Youth. That's biggest allowing to be a machine of principle of double. That whatever will pass for us, this is why this holiday, it's the first fruit. There used to be the first fruit to the big Kohen in the...
Bring it.
In the holy whatever.
Temple.
The holy temple. So, yes, we will combine in the end today some big thing, some big tuning. I will guide you and lead you. But the what really makes all the wondering, it's that we have now different point that even the Israelis doesn't know about it.
Yeah, it's new.
It's happened. It came down today, and everything coming down in the right time. So now we instead here, that it was for 6 months, helping us to allowing the new, helping us to enjoy, to be in, and now we're going to build in, and more than ever, it's like a new contract. To agree to be here, not by the mind, not by the mind. And to really build on the big foundation, very, very stable, flexible system. And to build a very big, stable, flexible system, you need to let go of all the others. All the blaming of the mirror, want other mirror to love you, want to love other mirror, to blame that you suffer because other mirror, to think that you thinking about other mirror. That's another hilarious joke. We never even think about someone else. There is no such a thing. I know it's hard to understand that in the mind, but now we're going to learn how to build very, very strong in. Very, very, very strong in. And these 3 eclipses will really, our spirit will use it to try to teach us how to see the mirrors that I create, but not to wait that this mirror will give me something, or will to see what I create and use this mirror to go in, to trust, to breathe. So this is the titles, and now we're going maybe to hear some questions, and then we will make it more clear to me and to you.
Michal, I have a little question.
Come closer.
No, I just wanted to ask.
No, not with the chair. Come with the to that people will hear
No,
you.
בסדר, it's the same distance. בסדר.
Where is exactly this dot? Is it, you said the pubic bone, but also the dot between חץ הנקבים, between the איך אומרים פיוטה?
No.
No, it's the
No, it's
pubic hair area.
in the crouch, whatever you call it. There are 2 bones that usually
Pubic bones.
the hair of the sex organ begin. That's the foundation.
So it's 2 dots.
3 actually, but 2. It's on the bone of the foundation, and that's the yesod. That's the yesod, and that's really very, very powerful place, chakra, whatever you call it. Yeah. Anyway, when you go with your thinking, when we feel some sadness or something coming, we don't need to touch it physically. Then people will arrest you if you do it publicly. You just need to go with your thinking, with your awareness there, and to light up from in to out, to agree, to pump, to function, to wake up, just to be aware of it. This is why now, every week, I receive a new knowledge about to build. And last week I received knowledge about how to be yourself, how to change the archive in you, to build the new bones, how to be yourself, how to expand, how to be independent, how to allowing power passing through you, and all this for working on bones.
In the healing course, you mean?
Yeah, but it's the knowledge that's coming down. So it's really, really very powerful time that all the healing and everything, it's a very, very different and very, very powerful, and everything it's about new. Nothing will be the same, nothing, not the way we sleep, not the way we rejuvenate and die at night, not the way we eat, not the way we use money, not the way we allowing money, that it's not us to pass through us and make it double, or lose, a lot of people will lose, not the way we will fill the house, the car, nothing, not the way we will feel us near the family that we choose, near the people in the work, near everything, we will feel very different. So don't say I want to go back, because that's really to twist all the new world. If you want to get closed energy, say that you want to go back to what was. No way. Nothing will be the same, nothing. And it's the first chance for us to allowing really physically fountain of youth, to really allowing to be here, because even all the sicknesses are different. Even now the cancer lost 30% from the power that has the cancer.
That we gave him, you mean?
No, it's not just we gave him. It's the cancer lost 30% of being a kind of like a main actor in the subconscious collective. Let's say some spirit want to choose to live, so now she will choose cancer 30% less. Maybe she will choose some different. The next 10 years, we're going to create new sicknesses, and it's good because the soul getting all her puzzle. This is why few hundred of millions of people will choose not to be here, because they cannot be a main soul. So yes, we are in the middle of the dancing, of the excitement of building new. But we need to be with the hand on the pulse and really not giving up to the tendency. Tendency just come and teach us like someone wants something. Okay, we always want the next level, but always the next level come to teach us how to receive this level and how to feel that this level is accurate, and this level, whatever, in money, in health, in whatever, this always the wanting in the future come to teach us to be now, how to accept, how to. That's the only thing that I can release from me. That's the only thing that as a vessel can pass through me. And then I'm allowing the next level. So there is big teaching and to train it. This is why we create now 3 eclipses. 3 eclipses, not one. 3 eclipses to really, an eclipse already 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after, from next week.
We feel it.
Yeah, we feel it, we're allowing, we're trying to because it's a male and female energy. Life, it's from eclipse to eclipse. And every eclipse, either you go forward or you go backwards. It means you lose the ability to change because you deal without. No outside reality. No outside reality. No outside reality. Let's see when we will really get it to take this sentence to the life, to the daytime, and remember that there, and remind ourselves there.
Michal, you said before in the beginning, you said we need to understand the world, Camila, world, Ta'olam. Something new
World.
about the word world.
The word world.
Yes. So it sounds like it's everything you talk about. Everything is changing. So
Yeah. Everything is changing, and not from out. This is why I said we're going to understand the world. In Hebrew, world is 40 kind of heaviness that someone choose. But we're going to understand that the new world is not going to be 40 kind of heaviness. It's going to be 40 kind of awareness, of angles, of way to see things and way to see myself, different angle, to tune myself in all the 40 dimension that I made of. And that's very powerful. Because between material and spirit and material, there are 40 dimensions. This is why in Hebrew, truth, it's from Aleph to Taf, from the beginning to the end, and 40 in the middle. So we're going to really, we feel everything is different. I believe when the process now, if we're allowing to fix really the foundation, and it's really big, so emotion already that we will be. It will be to see ourselves near our soulmates, and that's biggie.
So it's more opportunity to create, meeting them in the physical.
Meeting yourself. There is no meeting others.
No, in the physical, I mean.
In the physical, I mean, you meet yourself near others.
Yes, but to create the opportunity to meet them.
To create big mirrors.
Michal.
To
Yeah.
change the concept together. תראי אם יש שאלות קודם.
No, and that's why it's private. You know, people are watching, but they're just listening to your questions.
Yeah, they're gonna have
I guess
it
they like your
soon. Yeah.
questions.
Okay, anyway, Michal, you said in the beginning you started the lecture with the word creative or creativity process. And I heard that you mean something extra other than when we're creating something. Creative is to be like,
Yeah, creative it's to take the black hole and to change it to white spiral. Creative it's to take your anxiety and your fear and to be the teacher of it. Creative it's to really feel our spirit now in the new world. Creative it's to really take the sadness, because the last 2-3 weeks like איך אומרים עומס. Like a lot of
No.
a lot of sadness and a lot of feelings and pictures from the past coming. Why? Because they cannot pass the bridge to the new. So simple. They cannot. Why? Because they don't have doors for it. They have to leave. But to get rid of it, I cannot. So with the right awareness, when I'm really merging the part in me that begin the new world, now it's going to be in a different place. But this is the power. This is the process. This is the energy. So creative, yes. It's really to build a new world inside of me. Because there is no outside reality. And then it will be easy for me to make myself, to fix myself, to tune myself near mirrors, near frictions, near the reality that I create, that I choose to create for one reason, to fix me. And we forget that all the time, that this is the main thing. I create all the realities around me to fix me. That's it. That's the only reason. The one and the only.
Michal, when I was asking about the word creative, I was asking because creative is also an ability of something to do with ideas. When, like artists, when you get creative, you get a lot of ideas to create his art or whatever. So this is also this kind of creative?
Creative, it means
It's to do with a bird's eye.
we're allowing the light, and kind of like we have the same light, but each one takes something else from the same light when you allow him to pass it through him. That's creative. Creative actually, it's now to be really the ambassador of your concept, even you don't know what's your concept.
Just by going in.
Just understand that all the flat tires in the spirit, you're not here for because your parents didn't go to a movie and make a child. No, you choose to be here because you have a purpose, because you're trying to fix your purpose, especially now that you are transformation from one world to another world. And there is a million reasons why you are choose to be here, and why the spirit choose and create this body with these parents, with these signs, with this everything, with this family, because the spirit want to go forward. She doesn't have a camp in Jupiter. The only place that the spirit can go forward, it's in the body. So it's about time we will know it, build in, not Michael as a reminder, as a build in, will be in ourselves, and that's the fixing of the foundation is going to do it.
There is a question. Okay, Chen sent us a question. Let me try to get it. Okay, 1 second. I'm getting it. Okay.
איזה חן?
Chen Mo.
Mm.
Okay. She's asking, what about all the fixing, the tikkunim that we did until now? Weren't they supposed to make these not simple days easier? These days that everything comes up in order to leave, weren't they supposed to make these days easier? The fact that she has already
It's like to
חסרונות
ask
של
me.
תיקונים?
It's like to ask me in the middle of the lecture when is going to be the break.
למה?
I don't know why. I never know why. One thing. There is no lucky or luck. But we are talking about something very, very powerful that most of the world not talking about it. About that we create the new world. We create the corona as a symptom. We create now to build a new material, a new money, a new body, a new spirit, a new contract. We create. So of course, you didn't reach this level if you didn't did some fixing in the past.
Reaching this.
And all the people in the world create the same lesson. But they all talk about one thing. They blame the
When
government,
will we go back?
they blame the president, they blame this, they blame that, they blame they don't have luck, they blame who knows what. Now, wow, such a new world. Wow. So thanks the part in you that you fixed and don't want some reduction or some whatever comes.
נעלם. אוקיי.
Don't wait to the universe will give you less lessons because universe just supermarket here in Rishon. There is no universe begin and nothing begin outside, nothing. Everything begins in you. It means if you feel big pressure from outside, it means you project this pressure that wanna leave. Always remember that. Always remember that. Write that on walls. Everything begins in you. Everything. Even you don't know and you don't understand and you don't know why or whatever. Begins in you. Everything. And everything you create just because you never create pictures to see or frictions or whatever because other affected you. No. In Hebrew, all the name of the sicknesses now and all the names of people that will choose to die, including the corona, it kind of flu, it kind of virus, but it's not. It comes from the word abundance. Abundance.
Bliss. שפע.
Yeah.
בעברית.
And in Hebrew, shefa, it means you're not affected by others and you not affect others.
שפע. Okay, I have a question. Time for next question?
Yeah.
Okay. So the question is from Yaakov, and he asked, could you please talk a bit more about agreeing to be here without using mind? So he's asking by sensation?
מה זה sensation?
החוש נראה לי. Okay.
I will try to say that again, maybe from different angles, Yaakov. to agree to be here, it's connected.
Boucha.
It's connected to a lot of dimension of us. First of all, we never had the higher self inside of us, and the higher self, just the last 3 years, it's the collection of all your savings of all the last 26,000 years. And for the higher self to be here, it needs cooperation from our awareness. Because if we go against the spirit and we blame others, we blame ourselves, we think that there is a lack, we think that whatever, all this sleepy dimension, so the higher self cannot stay in us. This is why in Hebrew to think of a word important. To agree to be here. We're going now to a month and a half, maybe even to learn how to agree to be here. Maybe to understand, and I'm not saying understand by the mind, cooperate my higher self, cooperate my soul, cooperate my spirit, enjoy the now, allowing the double coming through me. I feel separate from others. I feel things that used to sit here. They're not here anymore. They don't kill me anymore. And that's one of the 1% from 100. What's that to agree to be here? We think if we want to be here and our mind want to be here, so the body and the spirit will cooperate. No way. All the sickness people tells me that they want to be here. And I check
the sick people.
The sick people, and I check their spirit is running away from them.
So they say it from the mind.
Of course. So when I say to agree to be here, of course, I don't know what's in all the dimension, what it means. But I know that wow. That's biggie for us. That's really wanna change our fears, our fear to disappear, our fear that someone will come and kill us, our fear to guarantee the future, our fear that the future will catch me surprise.
Our wishing, not wishing to guarantee the future, no?
A lot of dimensions. So if we will talk Yaakov next month and a half, especially after working, that I will suggest to all of you to work on your bones. It takes 40 minutes to one time, and we need maybe 2-3 times to each, depends. Because it's really changing the archive. To every organ, to every sicknesses, to every contact, there is a file in the archive, in the bones. This is why in Hebrew to expand and to be yourself and to be full of power and to be independent come from the word bone.
להתעצם, מהמילה עצם. You have some Israelis watching.
So it's really biggie.
Michael, you also talked about the fear to be us lately.
Yeah,
What is it, the fear to be us? Why are we so afraid?
we're afraid to be us.
Why?
Because the fear is supposed to lead us. The fear in Hebrew, it's also pulls forward. It's supposed to lead you to be you.
But it's not a fear that we have in aware. I don't think.
No. It's not.
It's a deep fear.
Yeah, it's something that every time most of the people, 99.99% fear to be themselves. But it's the only chance that maybe they will be themselves. Maybe. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Sure?
Yeah.
You were talking about when you talked about the pubic bone and the yesod. You said that to merge the animal part from this from the spirit part, or you
Yeah,
talked
like
about
to allowing the spirit part of us
to go
to
down?
go down to the material, to an animal, to sex, to food, to agree to be here, to the daytime, to the material world. Spirit, it's not to stand on a mountain and to send positive energy to everybody.
Being spiritual.
Being spiritual, no way.
So only
Is
so
not.
only when the spirit is איך אומרים, נוכחת.
When the higher self
Present.
coming to the
Present.
toes, when the higher self coming, it's also the ability to double the fountain of youth, the money that's passing through us, everything. Because the knees are the door of things that coming out. So it's now we're going to fix the foundation. How? To use every tendency of sadness, jealousy, dealing with others. Want to wipe the haircut in the mirror and then it will change in you. Blaming yourself, blaming the others. I'm breathing and I'm going to my foundation. And don't worry, you will not have an erection and you will not have orgasm.
Michael, this is actually the only time when there is balance between the animal part and the spirit part, when the spirit is all the way down to the
Because material is not really material. Material is just different density, different layers of the spirit. So yes, it will be some joy of my feeling, my sensation of balance between the spirit and material, between the way I think and the way I cooperate my spirit. Yes, Sharon?
No.
Okay, last question and then we do tuning.
Yes.
me. You were talking about 3 stages that we were going through in the last few months. The first one was
No last few months, in the new world.
Yeah, that was the last few months since the January.
Yeah, but it's the new world, it's not just few months.
Yeah.
It's a new world, a new body, a new awareness, a new thinking, a new behavior, a new binocular, a new way that I'm seeing the reality, a new way that I will feel the food, the sleep, the ocean, the water, the shower, the sex. Everything will be different. Why? Because we build in. And because there is no outside, so everything has to be different.
Yeah, so
This is why we had to separate from everybody. Without the corona symptoms, we will never create a new world. Never. Because just we create the coronavirus, that someone ate some falafel with bat in China, and we create the coronavirus just to create all the conditions to create a new world inside of us. Without the corona, I don't see any way how we will allow in all this, and how we even will try to allow in all this. Okay, ask the last questions.
yeah, so the first dimension was to build the need in the spirit. You said.
Yeah?
And what is that
The need of the spirit, it's
You said the need in the spirit.
yeah, the need to build the spirit, the need in the spirit inside of us, not to touch others, not to go to the work, to change our habits, to go inside the room, to go inside yourself, to be afraid from out that the out will attack you. It's the only way that when you're really afraid from out, you're really going inside of you and change your priorities and all this. So, and I lecture about it so many times. So that was the first dimension, and it was taking almost 3.5 months to build. And then in Passover, after Passover and also through Passover, we start to build the first material and how to really build the new density in us of the spirit, and then we create a new material. Now we're going to the third by this eclipse by this energy, by this need, by this new awareness, by this agreement to be here and actually to ground our spirit here. That's the word.
You said near the
No.
material.
To ground our, to walk with the foundation will ground our spirit here, and the higher self not want to say, okay, what's the main reason for all the sicknesses? It's when the spirit leaves, when the soul leaves. Ask me, I know how to check it. Every time we don't know how to think, every time we don't know how to whatever, a lot of spirit people I see that they say, oh, I'm doing amazing work, oh, I'm doing that. I'm telling you, it's not healing, it's killing, because the higher self and their soul is not inside of them. We have a barometer, we have a measure, how to measure if you're really doing the work or not. So I believe this work with the foundation, that's for you, Yaakov, that's another reason or another angle. Our spirit will ground our spirit here in my body, and that's biggie. That's everything for me. It says everything.
So we will be more merged during the day. We will less lose the merging if we do the right awareness with a foundation.
And to do the right awareness, yes, and to do the right awareness is just to remember yourself. That's it. Take the memory of yourself and your spirit to every friction that you create. Take the tendency and take the pain and the wanting for future, and accept the now and bring now. And that's to think. That's the new thinking. Don't try to analyze, don't try to understand. Don't try to help the spirit. No way.
Did you say we're doing some kind of
Yeah, we're
Tuning?
doing tuning, meditation tuning. So we're gonna do it now.
Yeah.
So I'll start the recording. You want to say a few words before, or we're starting?
This tuning is connected to these days of allowing the emotions and the density of the emotion that really come in like a big river from inside of me, and I don't know how to send it, because in the new body there is no place for this river. So it's supposed to come through us and disappear, and to let it disappear without want to get rid of it, and to allow in really the new world, and to continue the process of building inside of me a new world. So this tuning will be for it, and I suggest hear it few times. And of course, people from you that will want to make everything more stronger, ask me to work on your bones, on the archive, on the old contracts. It's very, very powerful. It's really connected to immune system that we need now, totally, very strong everywhere. And then we don't need to be afraid to go to this place, to this airplane, to this restaurant, to this, that, and because everything connected to the bones, immune system, ability of expand, the rhythm of the muscles that will not be tired, and totally changing the archive, the contact that I have with myself. This is why in Hebrew, bone marrow, we call it brain of the bones, brain of the bones. Unbelievable. Okay.
Okay, so I will start.
Yeah.
All right. One second. Okay, let's start again.
Okay. Take some 2-3 big breathing from the mouth. Exhale from the mouth. repeat after me with your name. I, Michael, agree to listen, to follow, to hear, to talk, to answer, to feel, to love my spirit inside of me. And breathe. Spirit, lead my awareness to my foundation. For inside, yes. And for my foundation, kind of like there is a mouth to the foundation, I agree that everything begins in me, that I'm the creator, that always my spirit bring me fixing and tikkunim, that when she sees the chance to fix that. So thank you, Spirit, for seeing all the picture, all of me. I agree to the wisdom of the fire. I agree to ground my wisdom of the fire in my hip, left to the left, right to the right. And in my ribs. In my ribs, left to the left, right to the right. I'm grounding my wisdom of the fire. In my temples, left to the left, right to the right, I ground my wisdom of the fire. In the sides of the outside of the knees, left to the left, right to the right. And in the ankles, left to the left, right to the right. And I'm allowing pure water coming down from my back of the brain to the spine. Yes, to all the 26 gates on the spine. And make wet all the cartilage on the spine, including the tailbone. And I'm in now, totally now. And more than ever I know, and I feel, and I remember, and I remind myself that all the realities that I create them 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times before, and I create them now just not to understand them, not to analyze them, but to breathe them in, to own them, to breathe them in. And I'm going to try to learn to breathe them for my foundation. My foundation. For my foundation. And now in this moment I love what I create. And all the cells in the body feel it. And every cell goes to his foundation. And I breathe. And I breathe. And I have more confidence in now, in the present moment, and more confidence in my spirit, and more confidence in my process, and more confidence in the new world. And it leads me again to my foundation. And I feel my spirit happy because I'm one line. My awareness and my spirit are in one line. We call it intention, yes. And every cell in my body, each cell light up his foundation, because I love what I create now. And I breathe. And I feel clear. And I'm happy with my spirit. And I feel how my spirit are big. Yeah. That's it. Now to continue this tikkun, this fixing, this tuning, every time you feel something coming up from the past, or you want something big in the future, you go to your foundation and you feel that your new world begins from there now. The plug for you to the new world goes from your foundation. That's the plug in. Let's go.
Okay, ending.
Well,
Ending here too?
yeah.
Very well.